So, what if a classroom wasn't just a place for memorizing facts? What if it could be a space for revolution? Today, we're diving into the incredible work of the legendary Bell Hooks and her game-changing book, Teaching to Transgress. We're going to explore her vision for an education that can truly set us free.
In this book, wow, it's so much more than a teaching manual. It's really a blueprint for completely reimagining what education can be. Hooks challenges all of us to stop looking at the classroom for what it often is and start seeing what it could be. A place of genuine excitement, liberation, and real change.
And this quote right here, this is the core idea, the very heart of our whole discussion today. Hooks believed that for all its problems, the classroom holds this massive, untapped potential to shake things up and to actually practice freedom in real time.
Okay, so to really get where she's coming from, we have to go back to the beginning. Her entire philosophy is totally rooted in her own powerful personal story of two completely different school experiences.
This slide just lays it all out so clearly. It's such a stark contrast, right? On one hand, you have her all-black grade school. She describes it as a place of joy, of ecstasy, where learning was treated as a revolutionary act. The teachers were on a mission to nurture black intellect as a form of resistance. But then, on the other side, after desegregation, school became something else entirely. It became a place of control, demanding obedience and hammering in racist stereotypes. All the joy was gone. The connection between what she was learning and her actual life was just severed. And this experience taught her a fundamental lesson. Education can either be a tool for liberation or a tool for domination.
And you know, that soul-crushing experience didn't just stop in grade school. As she got to university, Hooks realized that this oppressive model of education was everywhere. She saw a deep, systemic problem in how we're all taught to learn.
She used a brilliant term she got from her mentor, Paulo Freire, the banking system of education. Just think about that for a second. The teacher makes deposits of information into the students, who are treated like these passive bank accounts. Your only job is to store the information and then, spit it back out on a test. It treats students like they're empty, not like they're active thinking people.
And the damage from this banking approach is huge. It completely stifles critical thinking. It doesn't teach you how to think, it teaches you how to obey. It leads to boredom, to apathy, and worst of all, it disconnects learning from real life, making it feel totally pointless.
But here's the thing about Bell Hooks. She wasn't someone who just pointed out a problem. She dedicated her entire life to finding a solution. She went on this quest to build a whole new way of teaching, something she called engaged pedagogy, that could bring back that revolutionary, joyful spirit she knew was possible.
A huge moment for her was discovering Paulo Freire. His work gave her the language and the framework for what she felt in her gut, this powerful, world-changing idea that education has to be a practice of freedom.
This slide is so cool because it shows how she built her philosophy. She was like a master chef, pulling the best ingredients from all these different traditions. First, she took that spirit of anti-colonial resistance from her childhood, the idea that knowledge is power and learning is freedom. Then she added the practical tools of critical pedagogy from Freire, which gave her a way to actively challenge oppressive systems. From feminist practice, she brought in the crucial idea that personal experience is a valid, vital source of knowledge. And finally, from the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh, she integrated this beautiful idea of holistic well-being, that our minds, bodies, and spirits all have to be part of the learning process.
So what does this actually look like, in the real world? What does an engaged classroom feel like? Well, the answer is both incredibly simple and totally radical. It feels like a community.
And the first rule of this community? It's non-negotiable. It can never, ever be boring. For Bell Hooks, excitement isn't a silly distraction from serious learning. It's the fuel. It's the catalyst. If people are bored, they're not engaged, and if they're not engaged, nothing meaningful is happening. Period.
So how do we create that excitement? This is the toolkit. And it's not just for teachers and students. If you're an artist, a writer, a creator of any kind, this is for you. First, you have to consciously value every single person in the room and their experience. Then you connect the theory to real life, to personal stories. For a writer, this is everything. It's how you stop just copying what's been done and start co-creating your own vibrant new narrative. Next, you got to break down that old power structure, the idea that one person has all the answers. And here's the kicker. The person in the leadership role has to be willing to be vulnerable, to share their own struggles and journey. This creates a space that's both open and intellectually rigorous.
This quote just nails it.
When a teacher or a director or a lead artist shares their own story, they immediately stop being this all-knowing judge. They become a fellow traveler, a co-learner, and that one simple act of vulnerability can radically transform the energy of a creative space, making it a place where people can actually build something together.
So all these different practices, all these ideas, they're all building towards one ultimate goal, the very concept that gives this book its incredible title and its lasting power.
To transgress. The word sounds a little intense, right? But all it really means is to move against and beyond the established boundaries. For Hook's real learning, real creation isn't about coloring inside the lines. It's about having the courage to cross them. For any creator out there, whether you're breaking genre roles or challenging an old way of thinking, that act of transgression is what she's talking about. That is the practice of freedom.
And this quote from Freire, which Hooks used to open her book, is the perfect mission statement. Education isn't some final destination you arrive at. It's a constant process. It's a call to always begin again, to make and remake, to refuse to let our minds get rigid. It's a call to live life as a process of becoming.
So we'll leave you with that question to think about. Whether your learning space is a classroom, a studio, a writer's room, or just the inside of your own head, what boundaries can you push against today to make that space a true practice of freedom?